Hey, what's up, guys? Ghost here. I'm back with another one of these weekend TA sessions. As you guys know, I used to do these in the past when individuals were kind of setting up. But as we saw, market accelerated to all-time highs. Took a little break from that, but I do think this is the time to analyze these individuals again. So I'm getting back into that. I'm going to be doing these every single week. I'll be posting on my Twitter. I'll be also going live on Twitter Spaces along with recording it just like this and posting it to my YouTube for anyone that can't be on at a specific time. Nonetheless, I will jump right into it. I don't want to take up too much of your time. I'm going to start off with the weekly watch list here on the actual economic events. So the schedule we have coming up, a lot of key data coming out this week. It's action-packed week. We have CPI on Wednesday, along with that FOMC statement from Powell. So that's going to be at 2 p.m. along with the conference at 2:30, and then CPI along with the PPI coming out on Thursday. That's going to be again at 8:30 in the morning with the unemployment claims. We also have the 30-year bond auction on Thursday, so that's going to be really key. A lot of key data to look out for this week. It's a lot of red folder news. It's going to be pretty market. Besides that, I'm going to jump right into it here. So I'm going to review some stuff from last week as well. So you guys saw this PayPal setup I was talking about. I'm going to pull it up here on the weekly. Saw a huge falling wedge. Finally, a breakout of this, and it's been consolidating between 68, 65 area to like the 50s. But we're finally breaking out of this daily flag that I was tracking. So I also posted this exact flag right here on my Twitter. See here, I did post this flag without the name. I told you to take a guess. If you did take a guess, and I said 500% potential gain. If you did take a guess, I sent you this exact setup with this chart in the DM. So here's an example. One of the users left a comment. I sent you the exact chart along with the contracts. I also told you when we got out of the contracts. And I also posted a few other things on my Twitter if you're following me on here. So I did post this large buy detected by PayPal, 240,000 shares. This was coming in the morning, so I did want to post that out as well. And I also shared 50 likes, and I'll share a free swing trade on X. You guys didn't get it to 50 likes, but it was close enough. You guys tried, and this setup was just too clean to not share with everyone. So I did share this with every single person here. PayPal 64 strike, weekly calls 36 cents. And we closed these out at about $4, so about 800% on all these contracts, which is absolutely incredible for PayPal. And considering it hasn't moved at all, like this, and I was able to nail this move exactly. You guys know exactly what I 3-1 here. You saw that. You saw the weekly falling wedge, along with a few other technicals that I put behind this, and I shared that all on the premium side. But I will jump into the watch list for next week. I have PayPal. Well, this is something I am watching for continuation. So above 67.82, I want this thing to run to 70s. And I believe that this is actually the break of this inverse head and shoulders. So you can see it right here, kind of. I think this is going to be the break, and we should be able to get back over 76. So that's a huge watch for PayPal. Going to be breaking out of this is showing a lot of strength, and I think into the next earnings we could see a pretty strong run. Next I have is Meta. So you guys saw in the monthly we have a 3-1 clean setup, breaking this to the outside. 482.50 was inside bar high, broke over it, gapped up over it, and I'm looking at a little bit of retracement before I go long, so I want to see this pull back a bit. But it's been showing a lot of strength recently, so I do think that this has a lot of upside potential here as well. Baba is another one of those that have been setting up for a long time, so you can see downtrending since a long time, and it's finally starting to do some inside consolidation here, right above this breakout, and it's pulling back pretty nicely. I would say this is one of the stocks that haven't been pushing up as well, so it's at a really good risk to reward area where this pullback is. So I want to see this thing break above 80 this week, and if it can hold that level, that looks really good. On these weekend TA sessions, I'm going to be trying to cover about 4 to 5 tickers. There's many setups that are happening in the market right now. Every single week, I'm going to try to focus on the 4 to 5 best setups that there are, quality setups. You guys know I like to post out only quality stuff. I don't like to really spam content or trades on here. All about consistency and quality over quantity. But nonetheless, we have Adobe here. This is one of the tickers I am watching just because it's pulled back to 0.5 retracement. So this is a really key fib level for Adobe. It's been making this big move, finally pulling back with the falling wedge on the daily. So watch for a break over 468. That's going to be looking really nice. Contracts do get pretty spready, so be careful on that. Personally, I'm probably not going to trade Adobe, but this is a really quality setup. If we start breaking above and holding, I'll look for a swing instead of a day trade. Next up, I have Microsoft here. So really tight pennant on the weekly. These highs have been tested, and it's been rejecting off of this quite recently. So we had a last 2 weeks ago, we had a red candle that came all the way back to the bottom of this trend line, and now we're starting to bounce back up. So this week's going to be pretty key for us. 426.28 is the level. If it breaks above this inside bar high, we could be pushing to new all-time highs potential. Another setup I have here is NVDA. So NVDA, you guys know, has been running on for a long time, but it's finally making this breakdown and now pennant retesting this key resistance zone. This is typically a really good setup, especially for something like NVIDIA that's just been pumping up. If you catch a small move on a pullback, you're going to be getting paid pretty aggressively on those contracts. So I'm really watching this setup here. It can break under this 1200 area. That does look pretty good, and it should come down to 1162. The overall target, it could take a day or two for that, but it's going to pay huge on the options. And last but not least, I'm watching AVGO. So AVGO is one ticker that you guys have been mentioning in the chat a long time, but we broke out of here, out of the pennant, and it's been consolidating pretty tightly. So I think this week we should put in an inside bar between 1426 and 1300. That inside bar is going to be charging up here. And once we break over that high next week, this should be taking off for all-time highs. That setup just looks really, really. Like I said, I don't want to take too much of your time, guys. I just wanted to go over the weekly schedule along with some of the key quality setups I'm looking at. It took me some time to put together a watch list. I have a few other individuals in here that I'm not going to share just because they're not quite ready yet. So I have Amazon, AMD has been consolidating, so you guys could look at this daily. It's going sideways here. No real direction yet, so we do have a falling wedge breakout, but no real direction yet. I would say unless it gets over 170, we could see a move to 5 followed by 180s again. But I don't think it's ready yet. The setups that I just shared, I think those are worth keeping an eye on for this week. But with that being said, I am going to wrap this up. I do hope you guys are enjoying these weekend TA sessions. I'm going to be doing these live every single week. So I'll drop some more details on my Twitter soon. Make sure you're following me on there. And I'll try to host these live with some other contributors as well. But I'll catch you guys all on Monday morning pre-market. Hopefully you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend.